My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. We have been examining the doctrine of the resurrection, 1 Corinthians 15, in light of Romans chapter 8. We're focused now on Paul's doctrine of saying that the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly awaits the manifestation of the sons of God. Now, we are told that the word creation, ktisis in the Greek, is a reference to the physical creation, and that at the second coming of Jesus Christ, Christ will restore the physical heaven and earth to the Edenic utopian world before sin. That is an inherent element of the postmillennial world, of much of the amillennial world, and to an extent, it is even a part and tenet of the dispensational world. Now, I have to tell you, there's a great element of Christianity, it's certainly the way I was raised, who believe and teach that no, the earth will never ever be recreated. It will never be restored physically, because at the great day of the Lord, the earth and the elements that are therein shall be burned up. I used to believe that. I found out it's not true, and so I wrote this book, The Elements Shall Melt with Fervent Heat. You can find this on my websites, donkpreston.com, bibleprophecy.com. When we are in tune with the Hebraic forms of expression, used both in the Tanakh, the Old Testament, and the New, then it will become pretty evident, I think, that the evidence is overwhelming that the Bible, certainly Peter in 2 Peter chapter 3, was not predicting the destruction of the earth and the physical earth and the physical elements. It's just not a biblical doctrine. And oh, by the way, it's fascinating that a growing number of world-class scholars now agree. The Bible never teaches the Hebraic concept of creation was it would never be destroyed. That's pretty amazing stuff. Okay, well, in the last video, I suggested to you that when Paul says the earnest expectation of the creation, Greek word ktisis, is really part and parcel of a critical element in identifying the nature of the resurrection. Because creation, whatever it was eagerly waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. And it was waiting to be revealed, to be delivered from the, quote, bondage of corruption. Now, let's focus on the first part of this very, very quickly. When he says the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly awaits the revealing. Apocalypsis is the Greek. The revealing, the pulling back of the curtain of the sons of God. If it is the case that creation here is the physical creation, and physical creation was awaiting the manifestation of the sons of God, to be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the sons of God, then of necessity, that means that those who teach that one of these days physical creation will be remade, recreated, restored to its Edenic perfection. Now, I want you to listen very carefully to this, because you have to catch the power of this. That means that bugs, slugs, and mosquitoes will one day become sons of God. I mean, that's after all. That's what the text says. Creation, that supposedly physical creation, is awaiting the revealing of the sons of God. Physical creation, so we are told, is awaiting the deliverance from corruption into sonship. So, if you're going to define creation in Romans chapter 8 as physical creation, I'm sorry, it's just the way it has to be, bugs, slugs, and mosquitoes, then you are of necessity saying that one of these days, at the so-called end of time, about which the Bible never speaks, at the end of the Christian age, about which the Bible never speaks, but if you're going to take the position that at a literal physical coming of the Lord at some point of time in the future, then that means that physical creation becomes sons of God. And I don't care how minimalist you wish to make that, i.e. bugs, slugs, and mosquitoes, then of necessity, once again, if you take the position that creation here in Romans 8 is physical creation, then it is that physical creation, bugs, slugs, and mosquitoes, that will be delivered into being sons of God. I'm not trying to be overly facetious, but look, that means that at the end of time, we're going to have to refer to bugs, slugs, and mosquitoes as brother slug, sister mosquito. I failed to find that either in this text or any other. And we've got more on what Paul meant by katisis, the redemption of creation, that he says at that time was longing for the deliverance from bondage. So, in the meantime, please go to my website, get a copy of my book, The Elements Shall Melt with Fervent Heat. You will be absolutely amazed at how the Bible actually refers to the redemption of creation. And what the Bible meant. What did Peter mean when he talked about the destruction of the earth, the elements that are therein? We will see you on the flip side.